Good morning. Good Monday morning, everybody. Captain Jim Palmer here, the Dream Business Coach. It's actually raining. It's one of those days I see where the Midwest got clobbered with snow. We had a beautiful weekend. Cheryl, good morning. How are you? Thanks for joining me on this cold, not even cold actually. It's actually pretty humid. I don't know why I said that. But it's raining and thunderstorming, and we were going to take a walk into town, and anyway, plans change, but I really want to jump on and remind you about Free Training Tuesday, which is tomorrow, and we're going to start something. It's probably going to be about a week long, not a week long, good grief, Jim. Probably going to be several weeks long, covering some of the 23 profit-boosting lessons. Good morning, Rick. Rick Jerome. Mind Your Own Business. That's Rick's book. Hey, how about that for my aging memory? That was pretty good, Rick, to recall that quickly. But we're going to be, speaking of books, we're going to be going back to my third book, which is The Fastest Way to Higher Profits. Heather Nichols, good morning. And we're going to be talking about some of the strategies. I think tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, that's the next training, I'm going to be getting to at least 2. I may get to more. We just got to see how quickly I go through, and when I feel complete, I'll move on to the next one. But chapter 1 is all about how to earn higher fees, how to earn more money, how to increase your income, and then there's another chapter in there. I wrote myself a note. Oh, how to close more sales using an ironclad guarantee. You know what's interesting is that a lot of entrepreneurs, when they're not closing business, I don't know if you can hear that raindrops. I don't know, a lot of entrepreneurs, when they feel, morning Ed, when they feel they're not closing business, they always tend to go, oh, I wonder if my prices are too high. I'm an ace. Well, thank you, Rick, but my mind is, I tell everybody, my memory is like a colander these days. You know, we meet so many people in our travels here on the Floating Home, and walking up and down the dock, people introduce themselves. I swear, they shake hands and I walk away and I don't know. There's my wife Stephanie from down below in the salon. But anyway, yeah, so tomorrow night I'm going to get to at least 2. Good morning, Dave. 2 of the lessons from The Fastest Way to Higher Profits, 23 immediate profit enhancing strategies you can use today. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about chapter 1, which is how to charge and how to earn the money you want, how to charge higher fees so you can get paid what you want to be paid. It's really quite simple, but it's also very difficult for a lot of entrepreneurs to do. As I say, when entrepreneurs aren't closing sales, you know what their first reaction is? Good morning, Dave. One of their first reaction is, oh, I wonder if my fees are too high. Well, it's not always that. In fact, sometimes your fees are too low. Have you ever, I'll give you a quick example right off the top of my head. If you're walking down the, let's say you're at the mall, you're going out to your car in the parking lot and somebody's standing there, or, scratch that. Let's take 2. Let's say you're going shopping for a car, and just for giggles, you're looking at this, let's say you're on a lot where they sell really high-end vehicles. And good morning, Peg. How are things in Maryland? And the salesman says, yeah, we've got this Lamborghini over here. Even if you're not familiar with Lamborghinis, you know, God, that's probably an $80,000 to $100,000 car at the least. And I mean, 50, 70 grand if it's used, who knows? But you're looking at this Lamborghini, and he says, you can have this for $20,000. And he starts telling you how awesome the car is. It's fast, it's this and that, it's got great suspension, blah, blah, blah. It just goes on and on and on. But something is ticking in your brain that going, wait a minute, if this is such an amazing car, and it's a Lamborghini sold, Rick says, and it's only $20,000, I'll tell you this, the vast majority of customers are going to go, there's something wrong with this picture. I'm not about to buy what I perceive to be, and what the salesman is telling me is an $80,000 or $100,000 car for $20,000. Well, how does that work in my business, Jim? Well, not to get started with Free Training Tuesday here, but Suppose you're offering something and you know You know how good you are. You know how talented you are. You know the service and the skill set that you're going to bring to the table. And you know for a fact that if somebody works with you, if somebody hires you, if they use your program and product, it's just going to mean great things for their business, right? Maybe it could add 50,000 in revenue. Maybe you could add 100,000. Maybe you could help them take a business that's doing 80 grand and have it do $250,000. Whatever it is that you do, program or service related, you know it can have that kind of impact. Yet you sell that program for $97. That's no different than selling a Lamborghini for 20 or 5 or 10. If your program is really that good, the price tag needs to reflect that. See what I'm saying? So that's just one thing. But there's another part of that strategy, and it's called removing the risk from the purchaser and taking that risk from the purchaser and putting it on you, the merchant, so to speak. So we're going to talk about that. Free Training Tuesday happens at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, February 13th, which is one day before Valentine's Day. Don't forget. One day before Valentine's Day. So 7 p.m. we will meet at the Build Your Dream Business Now Facebook group. If you're not a member, you should be. We're fast approaching 300 entrepreneurs and small business owners, all of them who desire to grow a faster business, a more profitable business, ultimately a small business that will allow them to live life on their terms. And whatever that means to you, if you want to become debt-free, if you want to become financially independent, if you want to live on a boat, or if you want to live in the mountains, or you want to live in your current home but just have no debt and work a couple days a week, you can determine what your dream business looks like. But that's the dream business train. That's the big old community that we have put together at Build Your Dream Business Now. Good morning, Steve. Hey, if I believe I'm correct, Steve is an old friend from the Pennsylvania days. I believe Steve still lives in Pennsylvania. But yeah, so that's tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll go live. If the weather's still raining, I'll be doing it from my office downstairs in the salon. And we'll go for at least 30 minutes, maybe 45. And we'll see how it goes, all right? So wherever you are, I don't know if it's snowing or, hey, Steve, I don't know if it's snowing or right here it's raining. Pretty soon we're going to have thunderstorms. That's why right before I did my Facebook Live, I blew up to the grassy area and took care of business because it's miserable walking around in the rain. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Listen, folks, no matter what you got going on in your life, if you're able to deal with it, if you're able to think about it, if you wake up and put 2 feet on the ground, it's a good day. And it's a day that you should move forward with boldness. Because you know why? You know why boldness is important, by the way? Here I'm ready to sign off. I have never met anybody who's created a dream business. I've never met anybody who's achieved very high levels of success that acted in a timid, meek manner. So boldness is required. Risk-taking is required. Going for it, even when you're scared, is required. Anyway, hop on over to my free Facebook group, Build Your Dream Business Now. There's a URL, dreambizgroup.com, dreambizgroup.com. That'll just zoom you right over there and join the fun and festivities. Free Training Tuesday every Tuesday night. I'm very active in the group pretty much all week long. Anyway, I am Captain Jim Palmer, the Dream Business Coach. I'll look for you tomorrow at 7, and you take good care.